Get in! Oh!
Good afternoon everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Saturday the 1st of March 2025 and I've just finished off watching Newcastle East End 3, Wallington 8, and now I'm heading over to the International Stadium for Gateshead versus AFC Fylde in the National League. So I'm in Gateshead. This is of course a 5:30 game with it being live on DAZN, and going into this game obviously not taking into account the 3 PM games which are going on at the moment. Fylde are currently in 22nd place in the National League table, which is of course the relegation zone. I thought when they put a bit of a run together last season and stayed up, I thought they'd maybe kick on a little bit more this season, but if anything they seem to have regressed a little bit, and they are on their third management team of the season, which I think if you lose one manager you can say yeah, you know what, fair enough, but two, I think at that point, regardless of tactics from the manager or whatever, you've got to start having a bit of a look at the players. I mean, I'm being totally honest, I don't think Kevin Phillips is really cut out to be a manager at this particular level just yet. But as we said, I think the players have got to take a bit of responsibility with that. But they are our perpetual bogey side. We have not beaten them in our last 11 attempts and not even scored against them in our last 9. And that goal that we did score in that game was a mere consolation in added time when we were 2-0 down anyway. And obviously before the game before that, we drew 0-0 at Mill Farm, blasted a penalty wide. The one we did win was in the FA Trophy 9 years ago, so it's been an absolutely awful run of form against them. And the reverse of this fixture back in November was probably the lowest that I have felt about football so far this season. It was just an absolutely awful day, so wanting to put that right to some degree today, and obviously we're coming into this game in 4th place in the National League table. Obviously last time we saw Gateshead on the channel was that 3-1 win last Saturday away to Solihull Moors. In midweek we went down to Eastleigh and picked up a 1-1 draw. It looked as though we were going to win the game, but unfortunately Eastleigh did get a penalty in added time, put it away, and we were forced to settle for a draw. But I think, you know what, I think 7 points from the last 3 games, you'd have absolutely taken them before they were played, and I think it's, you know, absolutely imperative that we do maybe get a bit of a run together now. And you look at some of the fixtures that we have got coming up this month, like with all due respect to the teams that we are due to be playing, it is down to us to take a bit of initiative, because there's a lot of games coming up against sides that are, you know, in a bit of a relegation scrap in the bottom half, 1 or 2 maybe lingering about in mid-table a little bit. So now's the time we've got to take advantage. We've got quite a few home games especially coming up throughout this next month or so. So yeah, it really is kind of crunch time for us now, and I think yeah, the title's gone, let's be real about that, but I think if we can take as much form and as much positivity, momentum, whatever, as we possibly can into the playoffs, and you know, if we can get a bit of a run together, then finishing 2nd or 3rd isn't out of the picture. But I think at this moment in time, yeah, I think as I said a couple of times, the initial aim just has to be based around securing 4th or 5th and getting that home game in the playoff eliminators. And the way things are going at the minute, we're on course to do that, and even to finish 4th, which obviously means a home game against 7th place and away to 3rd in the semi-finals. So there's still quite a lot of football still to be played, and also we've got to negotiate this game today. Midweek we did announce the signing of centre-half Ryan Bartley, who's arrived from Derby County on a permanent deal. He's had loan spells in the first half of the season at National League North side Spennymoor Town and Hereford FC, a player that's pretty highly rated by all accounts, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he's all about. Of course, Callum Tripp did return to MK Dons. They recalled him from his loan, but the big question surrounding this game is, can we finally end the long barren run against AFC Fylde? Let's head on down to the International Stadium and find out how it all unfolds. So the team's warming up. Fylde are getting ready in the distance over there. Going to be in a change strip of yellow and black this evening. Of course, when they play at home, they would play in all white. And Gateshead are getting ready just there. We are going to be in our white and black home strip. And Gateshead have a bit of a history of pinching things from South Shields. And looking at that pitch, it looks as though we've stolen half of the beach from them. But anyway, I'll see you when the players are coming out of the tunnel and ready to start the match.
Inactive member of the squad. Gene! Them ones are all, they're a bit of an optical illusion. What we do? One more. I hide my name to be a flag bearer. So I'm going to carry a flag out and get a ticket in the Newcastle end. Head in. Yeah.
Good way of doing it.
Whoa!
The one just in.
I saw that. We were that bad for like 35 minutes. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what. Get in! Get in! Oh! 2 minutes. I had a time. This game's just going to death. How it?
Half-time, Gateshead 1, AFC Fylde 0. Yes, we have actually scored against AFC Fylde. Can you believe it? Yeah, in terms of that first half, we've been completely dominant, I've got to say. The Fylde have sat a lot deeper than I thought they would have done, to be quite honest. We've just had the majority of the play, but we've moved the ball about very, very well, and being maybe a little bit unlucky with a couple of chances. Fylde really haven't offered a great deal so far, but I imagine in the second half they will look to press onto us that little bit more. I think eventually they're probably going to have to, but on current trends, like this game, like on current trends, there could well be another couple of goals or so for us in this game, but I really can't complain at that first half display. It's been like front foot from pretty much the word go, totally dominant, and the only kind of frustrating thing is that we're not even further ahead, and I really hope that doesn't come back to bite us. But as things are at the minute, so far so good in terms of the performance. Let's just hope that we can get this rounded off for what would be a pretty big 3 points.
Mega boss,
one switch too many that way. Oh, shite.
Spin coming nuts.
Go on. Get in!
Shoot! Decision making in the second half has been utterly abysmal.
He wasn't. Go on, get in! Get in!
4 minutes of added time at the end of this game. Here we go. It's not a corner.
Full-time Gateshead 1, AFC Fylde 1. It is 2 points that were thrown away. That first half, I think we showed on national TV just what people have been praising this Gateshead side for in terms of style of play, just looking to be on the front foot constantly. But that second half, we've got absolutely no excuses for that, I'm afraid. We invited Fylde to come onto us that bit more. They were winning a lot of corners and that sort of thing, and it felt inevitable what was going to come after a while. And yet again, we've been undone from a set piece, and it's just been too many times this season where we've conceded goals from corners and that sort of thing, and it is something that definitely needs to be worked on. Then obviously, after Fylde got their equaliser, they did decide to sit in once again, and we just didn't have the answers to break them down. But that passing in that second half was some of the absolute worst that I have seen from this Gateshead side. There's just too many occasions where what looked like pretty simple passes that people like you and me that have never played football professionally in our lives could make with relative ease, like just zipping out of play and that sort of thing. It was just far too sloppy, and I think decision making in key moments was just way off tonight. You think Luke Hannon, when he was going clean through, played it across to Terrell Sellers-Fleming, who was ultimately offside. I mean, it didn't go in anyway, but if Hanno takes a shot there, and I think he goes on and scores. It was just it's just so frustrating above all else, because we've got 1 point out of the game, and at long last we have scored against Fylde and we've not lost against Fylde, but really we should be sitting here right now with all 3 points in the bag, and excited for the 2 away games that are going to come in midweek, but it goes without saying, as far as the second half goes, at least when it comes to Tuesday's game away at Rochdale, we have to be a lot better up against the side that will be on a high at the minute. Obviously, just got into the FA Trophy semi-final today, a side that are looking to get into the playoffs, a side that have already beaten us at the International Stadium this season, so we're going to have to go down there on Tuesday night and put in a much better display than what we did there in the second half, and it is that straightforward. Obviously after that we've got a trip to Aldershot, obviously a club that there's obviously no love lost between us and them, especially after the last couple of meetings, etc. But yeah, I've really must say I'm so just really frustrated above all else, because I felt in the first, going into half time, we're in so much control, and I really couldn't see us not getting the 3 points. But again, a little bit like the Sutton game the other week, we just looked a total shadow of our usual selves at the start of the second half. I got punished for that, but unlike that Sutton game, we couldn't recover the situation. But as I say, 1 point is better than none, and who have got to put that into a little bit of perspective. It does take now put us on 4 games unbeaten, which again is a positive. And I think another positive I can take from that overall experience tonight was obviously a much better attendance, and I think a lot of credit does have to go to the club for that, especially over the last few days, in really pushing the match from an advertising point of view. And I think the atmosphere was a lot better as well, because it goes without saying that last few games the attendances have just been absolutely shocking, and that Sutton game in particular, it was just absolutely abysmal. So fair play to the club, and that kind of push needs to continue for the remaining games, not just this one just because it was on the telly. It has to be the same against Maidenhead, against Braintree, against Tamworth, against Dagenham, against York, and against Southend. Just every home game between now and the end of the season, and possibly even the away games as well. Try and get as many fans to travel as we possibly can. I know obviously in this league we do have a lot of travelling, and still a lot of travelling to come, and I think the likes of Aldershot, Barnet, Forest Green. So it's going to be a lot of travelling coming up, but I think home and away, us as fans can really push it over the line in terms of getting a playoff place. And obviously we can't put the ball in the net or out like that, and I know attendances don't win games, but we can make a difference, and I think we've got to do that. We've got to forget about this one now. It's a really frustrating night, one in which we probably should have done better with result-wise, but the damage is done now, and we just got to brush it off and move on to Rochdale. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Tuesday night with that Rochdale versus Gateshead game. Can we go to Scotland and get the result? Check back Tuesday to find out. But until then, take care. Cheers for watching. See you later.